70% of small businesses get zero leads from their website. That's not a handful, zero leads. And if you're a small business owner or a solopreneur thinking, that's me, then you're not alone. You see, people now search for things differently. It's no more, where do I buy a Christmas jumper online or near me? It's more detailed than that. It'll be something on the lines of, where can I buy a 100% wool jumper from, say, your favorite show, be Stranger Things or Clarkson's Farm or something on those lines. And that's how detailed their search term is. This essentially means the user behavior has changed. So that means your content needs to change as well. This also stands true for all service businesses and solopreneurs. And if you're not clear with what you do, you're not going to show up no matter what they look out for. Now, this can be either when they're looking out for you on regular search, say Google or Bing or any of those search engines, or if they're looking for you on AI, on say GPT or Claude or Perplexity. If you're not clear on your website of what you solve or what you actually do, you are not going to show up. This is a clarity problem. Hi, I'm Shivin Fernandez. I am a content marketer and ghostwriter for solopreneurs and business coaches. And today, I'm going to be talking about how can you be more clear if you're a small business and if you're just starting up. Here's what I mean. When someone lands on your website, or in fact just lands on your social media, and within 15 seconds, if they can't figure out what you do or what you solve, they're going to leave. Let me give you an example about this. Let's say your website or your social media platform has this line: strategic transformation coach helping solopreneurs optimize through socials via frameworks to systemize high-ticket options. Sounds impressive, but it's not clear at all what you do. It gives me a vibe that you do something in social media and something with solopreneurs, but how do you actually solve that problem? That's not clear. What does that actually mean? Well, in fact, for your prospects, a lot of them, it doesn't mean anything because you literally sounded like every other second option out there. They are right now super busy and super overwhelmed, and you've just managed to overwhelm them even more. And in fact, the data backs this up. So I'm looking at the data right now, and I'm going to reference this in the description, so have a look over there. But 42% of service businesses say their biggest struggle is sales conversion. Just converting interest into something tangible. Not getting traffic on the website or getting any number of impressions, but actually converting those impressions into something. And you see, that is what I'm trying to solve over here. All these people that come onto your website or onto your social platforms won't know anything of what you do, and they're eventually going to bounce off your website. Eventually, that means you're not going to sell anything. And another stat from that same research highlighted 70% of service businesses have proposal win rates below 60%. That means even if you do get in front of your prospects or someone that's interested, you're losing nearly half the amount of time. Now, why does that happen? Specifically, because you're not clear with what you're trying to do. You might want to sound really clever, but clever rarely wins anything. And why does that happen? Because you're not clear with how you position yourself, you're not clear with how you differentiate yourself from the others. If it's a cluttered market, that's a problem. But sure, maybe you have referrals that are working for you. And referrals are great because you don't have to do a lot of convincing for these new prospects that are going to be coming in. They'll already be warm and they'll be ready to buy from you. But the problem with referrals is that it depends on your speed. Your speed of completing a project, that project being of quality to your current client, your client being happy, and eventually them having the right connections so that they can talk about you, and then you win a project. You see, the problem in all of this is your own speed. While that's okay if you want to maintain a slow pace, this doesn't guarantee you growth. So that's why it's crucial you work on being clear. Right, so what does clear messaging look like? Now, I love to use my favorite framework for this thing, and I'll be honest, I read about this framework years ago, and since then it has stood the test of time. It's called the StoryBrand framework by Donald Miller. It's also a book. I'm going to link that in the description. And what the StoryBrand framework actually talks about is it positions you as a narrator to your own story. So you control how things are moving and you write that down in your messaging. So the core idea is really simple. People with problems don't buy the best services out there. In fact, they buy the services they understand the fastest. So here's what it looks like. Your customer has a pain point. They have a problem and you are the guide. You have a solution. Your business is positioned to solve that problem. So you give them a plan which they can follow, and this will help them avoid failure. This will lead them to success, which is the happy ending of the story. Here's what it looks like in practice. You're a strategic transformation coach that works with solopreneurs to optimize socials through innovative frameworks to synthesize high-ticket options. Here's what it sounds like with the StoryBrand framework applied. As a solopreneur, you are struggling to attract the right clients, and you're afraid that AI is going to replace you. Our stress-tested frameworks turn your ideas into content. Frameworks that have helped small businesses build pipeline more than £75,000 a month. If you want to know more, sign up for my free clarity course below. So you see the difference over here. The first is about you. The second, with the StoryBrand framework applied, is about them. And the businesses that implement these frameworks see very clear results. I'm talking about 30 to 40% increase in revenue, 30% higher website visitors, and in fact, our conversion rates for all your lead nurturing systems, that increases as well. So if you've got a webinar coming up, if you've got a newsletter sign up, if you've got videos, if you've got PDFs that you'd like to share with your clients, all those opt-ins drastically increase when your positioning statement becomes clear. That's what clarity does to your messaging. It does the heavy lifting so that your content doesn't fail. And in future, when your prospects are looking for something, your business turns up right at the top of that search bar. So here's what I want you to do. Answer these 3 questions honestly. First, what specific tangible problem do you solve? Second, what's the measurable impact that the client can get when they decide to work with you? And third, why you the person to help them with this? If you don't spend time on answering these 3 questions, everything else starts to crumble. This defines how you can be very clear with your content and positioning. So spend some time on this and make sure you pin it somewhere in your office room, wherever you work on your content. And finally, unclear messaging is just one of the 4 invisible hurdles that small businesses face when they're trying to get any traction. The other 3 are inconsistent content, you've got weak brand recall, and you've got no educational content that's out there. But for now, you've got your first big hurdle, which is clear messaging. And if you want regular insights on marketing and content strategy for solopreneurs or small businesses, subscribe to me. And also follow me on LinkedIn. I post content over there every week to solve those exact problems. Right, that's it for this video, and see you soon.